So essentially, reverse pitching exactly what it is. It's not the startups pitching to VCs. It's VC representatives trying to pitch what they do, how they do, what they're looking for in a startup, as well as what they can offer to you guys. We do have a very distinguished jury with us here, and my co-founder.
I'll be the co-founder for today.
We will also raise some money after
we'll
this.
raise. Yeah, sure.
We'll explain to you a little bit the logistics as well as what to expect.
Yeah, so there will be 3 minutes time for the VC representative to come here and pitch. After that 3 minutes, the jury, the wonderful jury, will have 1 minute time to ask questions. So that's about it. So I think we're ready to get them to introduce the jury. Yeah, let's go. So first of all, we have a wonderful founder, a serial founder actually, Egija, Gailuma, who is a co-founder of Engycell. So
do you give a round of applause? She might not hear you, but still give a round of applause.
So maybe I'll give the floor. Egija, can you introduce yourself in a few seconds?
Oh, hi. Does it work?
No, it's not on, I think.
It is on.
It is?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Hi, yeah. So once again, my name is Egija. I'm a co-founder of Engycell, which is now an energy company. But previously, you may know a company called OX Drive, which was a Tesla car sharing. So I was the founder of that, and then we sold it and merged with the Car Guru. And now I'm here with energy. So if you have any questions about energy, please, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. The next, we have Mārtiņs Bratuškins. He is co-founder of Monetizr, a wonderful person and excellent startup. Mārtiņs.
Hey, everyone. So, yeah, my name is Mārtiņs. I'm a founder of a company called Monetizr. We operate in the media, advertising, gaming space. So if any one of you want to chat about any of those things, happy to do that. And, yeah, I'm super excited about all the wonderful investors that are going to pitch, and good luck to them.
Please give a round of applause.
The next we have Vitalijs Silins-Ozers, who is the co-founder of Convershake. Vitalijs.
Hey everyone, I'm Vitalijs, and we're building Convershake, voice AI for debt collections. And I'm 20 years in software engineering, so I'll be looking at how they manage infrastructure. And all the questions what they ask us, we'll ask them.
Well, the roles are reversed.
Excellent, excellent. So first on the stage, just to remind you, I have 3 minutes pitch time. So first on the stage, I want to welcome VC Inventure.
You guys, a little bit more life, a little bit more life.
Very scared of this jury. I see you're all fired up, so I'm looking forward to providing some entertainment. I always think it's the most fun thing ever when VCs pitch to founders with like probably one of the least differentiated products in the world. But yeah, I'm Magda. I left Boulderton a year ago to build the next generation of Inventure. I believe that one of the most impactful ways to make a difference is through science, technology, and entrepreneurship. And I want to enable founders that do that at much earlier stages than I've been able to do so in the past. At Inventure, we are currently 6 investors. Sophie from my team, you maybe met yesterday. She was running around here and having a lot of meetings. We're investing from a 150 million fund. So for pre-seed and seed investors, that puts us in a great position to lead rounds. That is something that we see that founders want. They want an investor that can actually come in with conviction and lead an investment, and of course enable space for specialist funds or for focus funds in any different ways. And we're focused on Nordics and Baltics, not because it's the biggest region in the world, but it is one of the most talent-dense regions in the world. And especially in the last years, having spent 10 years in London, still based in London, really excited about focusing a lot more on my home markets and be able to do that more focused. Historically, as a fund, we're most well known as an early vault investor. Here in Latvia, we backed Roland's company Nordigan that was sold to Go-Kartas. So we have some local connections, but we're looking for more. More recently, we invested into Reorbit. They raised the largest Series A out of Finland of 45 million. And Lassi, a Swedish company in pet health and insurance, that raised a 75 million Series C. And what we care about is simple in a way. We believe that a handful of people can accelerate humanity, and those are the people that we want to find and back at the very early stages. We are people and founders first ahead of business, so we're fine with investing in companies that don't have any traction and that don't have any proof points if we think there is a strong enough why from the founders. And that is, of course, a judgment, and we make a lot of mistakes every day, and there are lots of great companies and founders that I have passed on and that I will pass on in the future. Hopefully we get some of them right. That is just the basis of ventures. So to all the founders, never take anything personally if a VC says no to you. It's just a human's judgment. Yeah, I think I'm out of time now. So thank you very much. Ready for the question?
Yes. So I did a two-pronged due diligence, which is 2 times more than usual investors do. So a question is that you wrote 200K check to Wolt in 2015, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't, but Inventure did. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's now 2026, and your LinkedIn still starts with your Wolt. So at what point does first investor in Wolt transition from a track record into personality trait?
Good question. I think it takes a long time to build big companies. I can only answer for the time I've been at Inventure. I think, of course, to reach big outcomes, there is a time lag, right? So you speak about the exits that you have. It takes usually up to 10 years for them to come through. But the more interesting companies are, of course, the companies that you've backed recently in the 12 to 24 months. They are the ones that you believe most in, right? Where your conviction is the highest. So personally, I'm very, very excited about the recent portfolio that we have, not just the old successes that build a legacy and a brand. And Inventure has changed a lot in the last year and a half. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Yeah, do we have time for questions? No.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. You can catch me later. I see you're fired up, so I'll be around. Corner me somewhere.
Thank you. Round of applause, everyone. Thanks.
So just take turns.
Okay, so our judges are judging. They're taking this very seriously. Please welcome on stage the next VC from Sandwater. Please give your warm welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Retta from Sandwater, a Norwegian VC firm, and we fuel bold ideas that actually tackle our time's most important challenges. And briefly about Sandwater, so we're an Oslo and Stockholm-based VC firm, and our primary geographic focus is in the Nordics and Northern Europe. Our initial investments are from late seed to Series B, so we're a bit later stage. Typical initial ticket size from 2 million euro to 10 million euros. And we like to be part of rounds that are at least twice the size of the ticket size, so at least a round of 4 million euros to 5 million euros. We're targeting opportunities in resource efficiency, energy transition, and productivity and resilience, so we're actually a thematic investor. We're a really experienced team with operational, founder, tech, and active ownership backgrounds. So, for example, a lot of the partners from Sandwater, they have experience from energy sector. So a really experienced team regarding the thematics that we're actually investing in. Here's a bit more about our investment themes. So resource efficiency, especially looking into sustainable food systems, resilient ecosystems, for example. In productivity and resilience space, we're looking into robotics, productivity optimization, health tech is something that we're super excited about, and individual and societal security, which is obviously really important here in the Baltics and in Finland, where I'm originally from. The energy transition side, so for example, low carbon fuels, energy generation and storage, flexibility solutions, carbon capture and storage are topics that really, really interest us. Here's a company example. So we invested in 1X Technologies back in 2023. And yeah, really cool humanoid robotics company, currently based in the Bay Area, but originally a Norwegian team building from Moss, which is like 1 hour outside of Oslo. Co-investors include OpenAI, NVIDIA, EQT, SoftBank, Tiger Global, Bezos Expeditions. And yeah, the value we bring for founders, for example, in the case of 1X Technologies, Sandwater was really crucial in getting, for example, EQT on board and other co-investors as well. So I think for founders, it's just really important to actually have an investor that has really good follow-on relations as well. My own background is also as an operator, so I used to work for Brella, which is the event app here. So I was the first employee there and building the company. So I have a lot of empathy for founders building. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your pitch. My question is, so can you tell me about a company that where things didn't go well, and when we call the founder for a reference check, how would they rate your performance from 1 to 10?
A company at Sandwater that hasn't gone well, for example, Evian, it went bankrupt earlier this year. But I still think, like, when calling for reference checks, founders do say that we're really hands-on investor. So I think it's also due to our team dynamic that we have a lot of like operational background ourselves. So, for example, helping with the governance and follow-on funding, and we really like to be there, like through the tough times as well. So I think most of the cases that haven't gone well, we've really been there until the end, or the challenges, and the cold reality of this industry is that not all.
Sorry,
everything
we're
works
out of time. 1 to 10.
Sorry.
1 to 10.
So how would founders rate us? I would say 9.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Round of applause. Thank you. Thank you to Sandwater. Great question. I really like that. So the next VC we have is Project A. Project A, please come on the stage. Round of applause, everyone. Come on. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Hey, Mika here, originally from Slovenia. Joined Project A last year. Been part of the investment team. As you can see, we're 14 people there in the pictures. We are originally a German fund. Funnily enough, we're originally from Berlin, having now offices in Munich and London as well. Have been on the market, I would say, for 14, 15 years. We started more in the e-commerce investing and now become a generalist investor. We have just launched a new fund last year that has 325 million. And we've been investing in, I think, in the last 14 years in more than 150 companies. With the last fund, we want to invest in the next tech companies of Europe that bring some value to the Europe in one or the other way. We have identified 4 verticals for that. That's ranging from fintech, so we've invested in Trade Republic in Germany, to European resilience, which is not just defense, but also making Europe resilient in any other way you can imagine, from energy sovereignty to space sovereignty or robotic sovereignty. And lastly, we're also trying to double down on the European global supply chain. Well, there's an overarching topic is of course an AI, but we don't want to advertise it as such because I think you guys are already doing that well enough with every pitch. We are also having a studio department in Project A. As one of my colleagues already mentioned earlier, we are backing the founders. We're not backing the companies as such. And within that studio department, we try to match the founders. We try to support founders with ideas, with the knowledge that we have gotten on the market. and try to find them and direct them in the direction that they would like to go. It's a pull principle, so we like to say there's no strings attached. If a founder wants something for us, we try to provide that. We might not always be the best at it, but we try to do our best. So whenever a founder wants something from us, or if anyone from here wants something from me, please reach out. We're always welcome to connect you with other founders across the globe, or to just support you with any idea that you might have on top of your mind. Yeah, as I mentioned, that's also part of our studio, and maybe just the deals that we have done in the past, just some of them, we've invested in Trade Republic, we also invested in Sender, and lately we've also done some of the defense investments in Germany. Among those are Quantum Systems, that's supporting drones for Ukraine, as well as Stark. So thank you everyone. I think to be a bit shorter, open to any questions already.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Taking into account that you're also investing in energy, what is your expertise, for example, in energy? Do you have energy experts for how long they have worked in energy? So what background do you bring to the table?
Yeah, that's good. Actually, we have three. I'm also among those. I'm a mechanical engineer. So we are not really energy experts, but what we try to do, we try to basically partner with any energy experts from the industry. So when we make an investment decision, we try to base that with any of the experts that actually has a better knowledge than ourselves. So our initial point is always, we don't know anything about the industry, so let's actually talk with the experts that are better than us.
Isn't it the case that those experts, for example, are competitors of the new founder, so they will actually tell you not to invest?
No, they're not usually the competitors. I would say they're oftentimes also clients of these founders. So I think if you're talking to a client, that's basically a best validation you can get for a potential investment.
Okay, thank you. Time is up.
Thank you very much.
Our jury is very vigilant. You know, when it comes to time's up, you have to go. That's probably, you know, you've been in that seat before. Okay, so the next VC that we have is from Iron Wolf Capital. Please, the floor is yours, and a little round of applause.
Hello, so my name is Egija. I'm a founding partner at Iron Wolf Capital, and we are deep tech defense investors. Last year, we launched our second 100 million fund, and this fund is focusing on deep tech, defense, and AI. We invest from seed to Series A, usually as lead investors or co-investors, and geographically, we focus on the Baltics and other European countries. I would give you an example of one of our recent investments in UFOS. This company is develop and manufacture of a legendary Magura naval drone that was tested in a battle in Ukraine and currently being scaled to Europe. And this company recently reached 1 billion valuation. This is our team. It is based across the Baltics, London and Warsaw. And our network was built doing startups ourselves, not only funding them. The team includes former startup founders, people from the industry, from finance. And as a team, you know, we very much like to act as operators, not only as investors. We like to invest into the technical team that are creating solid technologies that may take longer time to develop. Could be years, not only months. And we also, you know, favor engineering over hype. When we're looking at teams, of course, you know, we are looking for big ambition, resilience, and also one that, you know, teams that we invest with, they would be aiming at global markets. When we invest, we stay involved. We help the founders when we talk to them with go-to-market, clients, introduction to clients, strategy. We normally support them on the board level, And we can also share our huge network across industry, governments, and follow-on round investors. So in summary, we built Ironwool Capital to support startups in Europe in deep tech, defense, and other frontier technologies that Europe really needs at the moment.
Thank you so much. I would like to talk about conflict of interest. How do you manage that? Viktoras, one of your partners, runs his own AI startup, while Kasparas chairs the Lithuanian Private Equity and Venture Capital Association that oversees your own industry. Can you comment on that?
I would start from Kasparas. So Kasparas was the chairman of Lithuanian VC for 2 years, and he did really a great job promoting venture capital as an industry, to Lithuanian government and different ministries. And he's not the chairman from the last week because the new board was, the former board was replaced. And yeah, Viktoras, he's a founder of 2 startups. The first one was, quite famous, Viplan. Another is Genus AI, but he's not involved anymore in Genus. His brother Tadas is currently running Genus AI.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then we will just go on a little break. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you, Iron Wolf. So before I call on to the next VC that will pitch here, I want to share a little bit about the jury. So the jury is here. In those of you standing, there's few chairs on the front row. I know no one wants to come to the front row, but if you want to sit, there's still chairs here. There's some chairs there. So feel free. So something about the jury. So the jury does evaluation. They have some boards here in front of them. They rigorously make notes and stuff like that. So it's excellent. They're doing an excellent job, I saw. So they will have to make a decision and propose an award to one of the VCs that they think did amazing. All of them did amazing, but one of them excelled. So they'll have to present an award that will be presented by one of them. So what I want for you to understand, you have to make decision very fast. So when we finish, you'll have a couple of minutes to make a decision. So be ready, prepared to do that. So afterwards, I think we're ready for the next one. Everyone feels great, looks great. So let's call on the stage the next VC, Flashpoint VC. Please, a round of applause. Woo!
All right, hello. We actually rebranded to Flashpoint Capital as of about 2 weeks ago, so apologies for the name change. So at Flashpoint, we think of ourselves as a kind of global tech investor with a focus on backing founders from Central Eastern Europe and Israel. We invest across 3 different strategies broadly. We have an earlier stage VC, mid-stage venture debt line, and a later stage direct secondaries team. We have around 600 million assets under management, and we're spread basically all over the world. We've got offices in New York, UK, and all across the EU, of course. From my side, I'm part of the venture debt team, so that's kind of what I'm going to talk to you about today. I know it's a topic that, well, we've been around for over a decade now, but still is kind of maybe a new instrument compared to VC, which everyone understands quite well. So for us, we view venture debt as a kind of bridge for startups between early stage businesses and banks, who obviously kind of generally require kind of strong cash flow generation. That's what their kind of credit scoring models are set up. And we come in with more of a VC flexible mindset. So it's a 2-part structure. One part is a term loan similar to like a mortgage you might get on your house, usually like 3 to 5 years, and you can kind of see the terms behind me. And then the second part is a warrant, which is kind of an option for us to buy shares in the company in the future. Sorry. And the reason we have that warrant, other than obviously economics, is as an alignment mechanism between founders and ourselves. So we are incentivized to see the company grow, and in that way we can be flexible as lenders as the business grows. I think we probably restructured 80, 90% of the loans in our first fund purely because restructuring might help the company grow faster, and we would benefit through the warrants. What do we look for in businesses? So I guess there's two paths now we see. Traditionally, venture debt is much more about backing companies that are VC-backed on that kind of path. Nowadays, obviously, with lower availability of capital in the market, we see a lot more companies pushing for profitability, becoming cash flow break-even, and that has started to become a thesis for us as well. We're generally coming into startups that are making around 3 mil in annual revenue onwards. So we're perhaps a bit later stage than most of the other VCs here. But we're really looking for that kind of proven product market fit. And we're just taking the risk on the company scaling up and executing on the plan. Why take growth debt? Look, a long slide, lots of reasons. One is obviously kind of cost of capital versus equity. We're typically cheaper. Obviously, equity guys are looking to make a lot more capital. We're going to make like 1.3, 1.5x maybe if we're lucky. And then again, that flexibility is very important. I think one of the big new ones has been this M&A and asset financing. There's been a lot of roll-up stories recently in the market, and that's kind of become a thesis for us. And that's it. Hopefully, just about on time.
Perfect. You were right on time. Thanks so much, Tom. Question from my side. So you mentioned that, so like essentially you come in at the scaling phase when the company has around $3+ million in ARR.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about an example of what happens when you do disagree with the founders on the direction of the company?
So directionally, I'd say we don't have that same impact as VCs, right? Where we typically take like a board observer seat, so we want to be part and active, but we're not going to be telling you how to run your business. That's like up to you. So I don't think I have like an example of us saying to a company, hey, you need to expand to Estonia, and then be like, no, we're going to go to Lithuania or whatever. Like it's not something that really comes up. Yeah, I guess like the only times, right, is when you get to the end of a business, and if things aren't going so well, then you have to like figure out how to be flexible. Instead, we've restructured most of the loans in our first fund. Sometimes that's been as a result of things not going so well, trying to give the founders some extra breathing room so that they can get to an exit. Often, like, VCs investors will put in a few $100K, get you there. We have to be supportive as well, right? That's why you take venture debt, not bank debt.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Cheers, guys.
So sorry. Thank you. Yep. Okay, we have last but most definitely not least another VC. As my co-founder / co-host said, please the jury, make sure that you make all the notes. We'll have very limited time for you to make a decision. But you all work under pressure, so you know how it is. So yeah, as I mentioned, last but not least, Tilia Impact Ventures. Please, a little bit more life, a little bit more claps. Let's wrap this up.
So I look at a lot of decks, but I don't really make a lot of decks, so I apologize in advance for the ugly slides. I'm just really not that good at it. But my name is Jan, and I'm here to present Tilia Impact Ventures, so thank you for having me. I want to start by asking 3 questions. So with AI taking big chunks of the economy away, what jobs will our kids do in 20 years? Or, with the latest developments in tech, how can we move our healthcare systems from reactive ones to preventative ones and give people control over their health? Or lastly, with Gen AI basically unlocking disinformations and scams at scale, how can we effectively protect ourselves? And at Tilia, we're basically looking to meet founders who are not afraid to go after these really insanely difficult challenges and have the same ambition to turn it into global businesses. Our thesis is that CEE is a phenomenal breeding ground for impact talent. And you can just look at companies like Vinted, Preply, or DocPlanner, and you know that this is a great place to start a company and that the talent is here. It's undeniable. But we still think that the ecosystems are sometimes lagging a little bit. So just a couple weeks back, I met a health tech founder from Czechia who just raised a massive Series A round, grew 3x just this year, and now he's doing like 30 million USD ARR. But when he tried to raise his first institutional money 6 years ago, all of the investors said no, because they didn't understand it, they didn't buy the vision, So he had to pack up his bags and go to the US, get the funding, and now he's back in Czechia, building the business from there. And it's a huge impact and financial success at the same time. So basically our ambition is to be the go-to impact fund in the CEE, basically fill in this early stage gap, give you the first check, help you through the early stage problems, and then connect you to the wider ecosystem, be it in Europe or in the US. This is just some, yeah, I said, ugly slides, here you go. And we're just not talking about it, we are working on it very actively. We have made 20 investments, co-investing alongside top-tier VCs like Credo Ventures, Plural, SOSV, Nordic Ninja, Norgen, and others. Yeah, but we understand that capital is not the only thing you need. You also need the network. So each year we're running this Summer of Impact edition, or Summer of Impact program, which basically over the summer we connect 200 startups from the CE, get them investment ready, and then bring them in front of 20 VCs from all around the world, and basically help them have this bridge to the wider ecosystems, not just CE, but the wider ecosystems. And yeah, so this is our team. I would say we're a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty. So this is a photo from our last team workshop where we did a painting together. And yeah, we're Prague-based VC. If you are building something that has a clear mission, come talk to me and let's start building it here from CE. So thanks.
Thank you. It was a very great pitch. You showed the geography, so you're in part of Europe right now. Why Sequoia couldn't come in and just push you out and take all the best startups?
It's a great question, right? With AI nowadays, you can see all kinds of stuff happening. You see that someone puts a stealth founder on LinkedIn and you can immediately reach out. It's a great question. I still think that the CE is such a fragmented, kind of opaque market that I think our added value is that we go to Riga, we go to Romania, we do some karaoke with the local VCs, and we can really find the early stage founders when they're having the good idea and really help them to make the first step. I think for Sequoia it's hard to come in and understand the local context, what the founders maybe need, and yeah, that's our focus. So we want to help them make the first step and then connect them ideally to Sequoia. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause. Thank you, Tilia Impact. Thanks. That's excellent. So right now, that was the last VC. So we had six total VCs. All the ones that were reverse pitching don't disappear. The jury now has 2-3 minutes to make...
Yeah, I'm with my phone not because I want to be rude, but actually just we need a timer, and there's not going to be a timer here. Yeah. So we'll just do that. So we're giving you guys 3 minutes, 1 minute. One winner, yeah. One winner, 1 minute. Okay, 3 minutes. Let me just put the timer on. Okay, in the meantime, I would like to ask how did people like it, but it's going to be very difficult to try and get information out of them. Yeah.
But I think we can ask how many are now wanting to raise money after hearing this. There were a couple people. How many now? Okay.
You know what's funny? I think less people now want to fundraise somehow. Less people put their hands up.
That's true. But still, so. Yeah.
Yes, maybe let's remind which VCs have pitched so you could find them and you could try and pitch them. I know that, I'm Lithuanian myself. I know that we're not extremely proactive when it comes to people on stage asking you questions. So can we have the round of applause for all 6? We'll just have to get as much life out of you as possible. You'll get all your energy back because you're going to be going for lunch later today. So we had Inventure.
Round of applause. Thank you.
Sandwater. Feels like it's a pageant. We also had Project A.
So maybe we can evaluate based on how many...
We can't evaluate.
Oh, okay.
We definitely can't. We're not in...
What are we doing?
We're not in that tax bracket to evaluate. Okay, then we had Iron Wolf Capital. Just for you to know, the beauty of being on stage and seeing all of you, I see who is not clapping. I will find you guys later. Then we had Flashpoint VC. and Tilia Impact Ventures. Okay, and I'm looking at the jury who have 1 minute to go. They're very busy. I wonder what they're going to be saying. There's going to be a fabulous and fantastic prize for the VCs. So I hope all of them. I can't locate all of the VCs.
Yeah,
some of them already ran.
I think some
ran away.
Ran away. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I think, but that's fine. I think some of them had to catch a flight, so that's fine. But those of you who are here, don't leave. Wait.
Just don't leave. We know who you are now, so do not leave. Okay, so we have 30 seconds before one of the juries, the distinguished juries, let me say that, will come on stage and give a fabulous present.
Yeah.
And this is very difficult to do on stage for 30 seconds because it feels like much longer because you can have to perform, but you know.
I think it was great. It was great pitches. I think all those VCs are winners, but the prize will be awarded only to one. But all of them are winners, and all of them did great. And I think everyone looks happy. So
well, look at those faces.
Look at those faces.
Just get over and done with it, please. Okay, you guys. There's alarm going on. Yeah, you can hear it. I can hear it. Wonderful people, the jury. Can we have one of you? Or actually, no.
All of you.
3 of you on
yeah,
stage.
all of you.
But only one is allowed to talk.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Okay, come on. And do get the present. Yes, that is the present.
Yeah, please. Come on the stage.
Please come on stage.
A round of applause for the jury. While they come on the stage, they need some encouragement for the hard work. Yeah, thank you. So
Thank you very much. This wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy job. As you know, we had to judge really great and good VCs. We were told we have to choose one winner, but we chose also runner-up. We have a runner-up that we thought this person is charismatic. We really loved the presence on the stage, the personality, but this person won't be a winner. So to this person, we will say that please come back to us in a year. Maybe we will pick you then. Let's see the track record of yours in a year. And it is Inventure, the runner-up. Big round of applause.
All right. So, and then, obviously, everyone has been waiting for this moment for this whole time, right? First of all, it was very tough, but we have, after a very long and deep discussion of 3 minutes, we have decided that the best or the first place goes to a fund that is not only providing so much value and so much did such a good job in pitching, but also one of their unique value adds is that they invite you to karaoke. So the winner is Tilia Impact Ventures. Congratulations, you did well.
Congratulations.
So we have this present for you, and please say a few words and maybe what's your favorite karaoke song?
The main lesson is invite your founders to karaoke. The song Frank Sinatra, My Way, for sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So just
Thank
to
you.
confirm, the prize is a TechChill pillow, which is unique, very special, and also an investor's ticket to next TechChill. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank you.